Hi, welcome to this course. Before you start, let me explain you few things. See, the first point is how to follow this course. See, if you have taken this course for academics purpose, means if you have Java programming as your subject, then I suggest you follow the course right from the beginning and follow the lectures in the same order. Don't skip anything. Whatever the sections that comes under your syllabus, you can cover them, and if any section is not in your syllabus, you can skip it. Then next, if you already know Java and you are preparing for campus interviews and already you know the things, then you can skip the topics. But whichever topic you are selecting, please make sure that you are listening to all the lectures in that section. If you directly jump on a particular video, then you may not understand everything from it because the topics are related in a particular section. So please start the section from the beginning, alright? Don't directly jump on a particular topic inside a section. And if you are from industry and if you want to brush up any particular topic, then you can go ahead. You may be having working experience also. You can watch any lecture. Then the next thing is about resource. See, for the coding lectures where I am showing you the program, so after watching that lecture, you try to write down the program by yourself. And if you face any difficulty, then you can go to resources, you can download the resource. That same program is available in the form of resource. You can click on the link and download it. So just beside that lecture on the right hand side, you will find the list of lectures, right? So under the same lecture, the one you are watching, you will find a link called resource. Click on it and the program will be downloaded on your machine. Make sure that the pop-up blocker is disabled. And still if you face any difficulty, you are unable to remove the error, then you can contact me in question answer section. Just below every lecture, down here on the right hand side, just below the play button, you will find question answers. So under question answers, you can ask a question. And if the question is related to the code, then I suggest you to copy paste the code there so that I can easily check your program and help you with the errors. So that's all. Go ahead and try to watch it without skipping any lectures. Let us start learning Java. The features of Java and the importance of Java, all these things, we will be learning them slowly. So I prefer starting directly writing Java programs. So let us jump into learning Java programming. For learning Java programming, we require some tools or environment. So what we require and how to install that, I will explain you in this video. For developing Java program, we require JDK, that is Java Development Kit. Java Development Kit. So we require this. It will have compilers and the runtime environment, which will help us write the Java programs and execute them. So I will show you how to install this JDK on our machine. So if you install JDK, along with that, you will get two more things, that is JRE and JVM. So what are these three things? Let us learn about them. See, JDK is Java Development Toolkit. This is used for developing Java program. So this will have development tools. It will have development tools that are useful for compiling Java program or debugging, and various other tools are available. Now, once you have compiled the program, you have to execute it. So for executing the Java program, we require Java Runtime Environment, that is JRE, Java Runtime Environment. That JRE will be a part of JDK. When you install JDK, you will also get JRE along with it. So a JDK will contain the development tools plus JRE. Now what is JRE? JRE will contain library of Java classes and JVM, that is Java Virtual Machine. This term is actually a part of JRE only, but this is a special term, so just we are highlighting it. Basically, we have to look at only two things: developing Java program and executing Java program. So for executing Java program, we require Java Virtual Machine, that is a part of JRE only.
right? Without JVM, there is no JRE. Java virtual machine will actually execute our Java programs. So we say that our Java programs are running inside JRE that are actually being executed by Java virtual machine, JVM. So these are the three important terms that you should know. Now for the installation of JDK, we will learn how to download JDK and install it on our machine. Now before installation, I will show you how these things are used. First of all, let us say we have written a program, Java program like first.java. This is a Java program file. We will use a compiler, that is Java C, that is a compiler. This compiler will take this file and it will give us a file called first.class. So this Java C is a compiler that is a part of JDK. Now for running this class file, we have to say Java, that is a compiler, and we will mention the file name, that is first. This will execute Java program. So this is done by JRE and internally it uses JVM. So for compilation, we say Java C, and for execution, we use Java. So Java C is a development tool, and this Java is a runtime environment. It will start runtime environment. So that is a part of development tool only, but we specially call it as JRE, and that is internally having JVM, right? So these are the three things that you must be familiar with. Now let us see how to download and install Java on our computer system. Let us see how to download and install JDK on our computer system, and also I will show you how to set the path. Open browser, so I'm opening Chrome, then here type download Java JDK. Just you can type JDK also, download JDK. Then the very first link is from oracle.com, and here it says Java SE downloads. So click on this link, click on this. Once you click on this, it has taken to a page where you can download JDK. Now if you read the things properly here, the first thing is Java SE 14. So the latest version, that is 14, is available here, right? So right now, to this date, that's version 14 is available. So whenever you are downloading it, whatever the version is available, the fresh version, you can download that one, right? I may be using version 13 in my codes, right? It doesn't make a difference if you're using a latest version also. And if any updates are there in the latest version, I will be adding them to the codes. So just download the latest version. And before version 14, there was version 11, like 13 is not available here, you can see. And before that, 8 is there, right? 8 is there. So the famous version is 8. And after that, 9 was also famous, but 9, 10 also came. But this is more stabilized, that is 11. So this is available, and then 14 is available. So the latest version is 14. So you can download 11 and 8 also, but Oracle will ask you to take a license if you are using it commercially. For learning purpose, you can download, that is not an issue. But if you are using it for commercial use, means if you are developing applications using Java, then you must take license for previous older versions, all right? So simply download the latest version. So download Java Standard Edition, that is 14. So click on this link, JDK download. Now here you can read all these things. That is important Oracle JDK license update. You can read all these things, so you'll know detail about the license. All right. Now here we have the links available for downloading JDK SE Standard Edition 14. Now these are for Linux and Mac. If you are using Mac operating system, just click on this one. It will download DMG file and it is easy to install. Just you install that application. That's it. You can start using Java easily. This is for Windows 64 installer. So download this one. Click on this link. So accept this one and click on download. So it is getting downloaded here on the left hand side. You can see it's being downloaded. Once it is finished, you can double click and start setup. I will click here and say show in folder. So this is JDK 14 that is downloaded on my machine. Double click on this one. It will start downloading JDK. Say yes. Like any other installation, the Java is also installed in the same way. It will run a wizard, just say going on saying next. And here if you want to change the path where you want to install it, you can do that. But this is the best path, right? This is like a standard. Always Java is installed in these folders on every computer. So let it be same. Don't modify it. Now it is getting installed. So that's it. It is installed on this machine. So let us close all these things. Now let us check where it has installed. Open File Explorer, then go to this PC, inside C drive, then program files. Inside this Java is installed here. Maximize it and see. So I have selected large icons. You can see that it is JDK 14.0.1. So JDK 14. If I double click this one, then it is having folders like bin and CUNF, that is configuration, then include, jmods, legal, lib, library is there. So many folders are there. If I get inside the bin, then I'll just make it as large icons. Then you can see inside this, yeah, you can see these files. Java C, this is a compiler. Java, this is JRE, or it will start JVM. This is used for running Java program. This is JDB, that is Java debugger, right? Java documentation. Like that, the various other tools are there. So these are all Java development tools. Among this, we are concerned about Java C and Java in the beginning, right? So these are the tools available. So this is the path. So where this tool is available, C program files Java /JDK 14/bin. This is where these tools are available. I will copy this path. This is useful for me. Let us close this. Now I want to see whether I can use Java compiler or not. Let us check. So I will go to command prompt. So to test whether Java is set up properly or not. At this command prompt, I will say Java C. Let us see what happens. Java C is not recognized as an internal or external command. Means it's unable to recognize Java C. What is this Java C? See, there is one thing I can check. Java compiler, Java C -version. Still, it's not working. So where actually Java is installed, it is installed inside program files, right? So I will go into that folder, okay, CD, P, press tab, it will automatically take that. Then enter, C, J, press tab key, it will automatically take the folder name. So I'm entering into that Java folder, okay, JDK, then bin. Now I will clear the screen. So here I am inside that same path which we have seen just now, JDK 14 and bin. And inside this, if I say Java C -version, oh, it's working, 14.0.1. Why it is working? Because Java C is present here. If I press directory, you can see that file is present here. That file is present here. I will show you Java, yeah, here, Java C. So it means that I can access all these tools only if I am inside this current folder, that is program file Java JDK and so on. So I cannot use it at any other place. If I am outside all these folders, here if I see Java C version, it doesn't work. It doesn't recognize. Then how to make it accessible everywhere? So for that, we have to set a path on Windows operating system. This is Windows operating system, so we have to set the path. So what is path? I will just type path and see. Oh, there are so many addresses mentioned here. Already so many addresses are there. So let us include our Java path also inside this one. So say set path assign. I have copied that path, you remember. I will just paste it here. See, this was the path, C program file Java JDK 14 0.0.1/bin, then I will give semicolon. You can see that all the paths are ending with semicolon and a new path is starting. Now, if I set this path, all these paths will be lost, only this path will be taken. Then what? I want that remaining paths should also be attached with this one. So use percentile path and percentile semicolon, enter. Now say path, type path here. Now you can see that the very first thing is C program file JDK Java, then remaining all other previous paths are as it is available. So our path is also included in a global variable called path. So I'll tell you a little bit about path. See, in Windows operating system, if you are using anything at command prompt or from anywhere, when you are using something, then it will work only if you are in present folder. But if you want to work everywhere, then that must be given as a path. Path is a global variable. So every application in Windows operating system try to use the path. So you have to set it as a global variable. All right. We call it as environment variable. Environment variable that is global to Windows operating system. Now let us type Java C version. What is the version of Java? Oh, it's working. I want to see what is the version of JVM. Yes, it is working. Java runtime environment build 14.0.1, right? So hotspot 64-bit server, so on. Everything is given. So I can see the version of Java C as well as Java, and now it is accessible, though I am not inside this folder. I am not inside this folder. That's it. So do I have to set the path every time? Yes, whenever you are coming to this command prompt, you must do it. Is there any way so that I can set it only for one time and useful always? Yes, it is possible. Let us check how to set the path permanently. So for that, you have to go to File Explorer. Follow the steps carefully, okay? If you miss anything, then you can watch it again, no problem. This PC, and right click on this, select Properties. All right. Inside means actually you have to go to Properties of this PC. How you go to that, and this up to you. There are more than one ways. Okay. Then Advanced System Setting. Inside this, remember Advanced System Setting here. Then inside this, you will have button at the last at the bottom, that is environment variables. That's what I said. I was calling them as global variable. So you can see that there is something I mentioned here, path, and these are all variables of a user, and these are the variables of a system. Let us set it inside system so that it is useful for every user. So already path variable is available here. Already it's available here. So just edit it. If it is not available, then you say new. Remember this, right? If it is not available, then say new. Check it thoroughly, it's there or not. If it's already there, then say edit. And inside this, add new. Now paste that one. So bin everything I have pasted. Now say OK. Then OK. That's all. We have set the path. So the same thing will work for JDK as well as JRE. We don't have to set the path specially. So I will exit from here. Then again I will enter command prompt cmd. Then here I will say Java C version. Yes, it's working. I don't have to set the path now. Otherwise I should set the path again because I came back on command prompt. Then only I can use it. After setting the path I can use it. So I have shown you how to set the path and what is JDK and what is JRE. So this completes the installation and setup of JDK on your computer. So first do this thing, then the next video onwards we will start writing the programs, Java program. We will start learning how to write Java program. Then what is Java, what are the features, what is the importance of learning Java, I will be covering afterwards. I want you to just start getting hands-on experience on Java. So slowly we'll be learning all other things. So that's all in this video. So please make sure that you have installed JDK on your machine, whatever the latest version that is available now, you can do that. I will be using Java 13 version. All right. That's all. Now I will write a small Java program and compile and execute it. For keeping Java program files, I suggest you to create a separate folder for it. So here I will say md, that is make directory, and call it as my Java. So a directory is created. dir, you can find that directory present here. It's a folder, and I will enter into that directory. So say cd my Java, enter into the folder. Now here C prompt is showing my Java in the folder. So I'm inside this folder. So if I see the directory, nothing is there, no files are there here. Now I will type one program, first program of Java. So one of the simple method is using Notepad. So I will use Notepad for writing Java program and compiling it. There are many editors available. Slowly I will be showing you. So the first editor or the first text editor I am showing you to write Java program. So I will start Notepad. So press start button and type Notepad. Here I will type Java program. So the first statement must be import java.lang.star. Then I must give some class name. I will call it as my first, and inside this class I should write on main method public static void main, then string arg. Then here I will print. So main is not written just like in C++ int main or void main. We have to write public static void main. Then for printing, there is no simple method like cout or printf, but we have to write system.out.println. Now here I will say hello world. That's it. This is the program. This is the first Java program, or you can call it as a skeleton of Java program. What all these things like import and why it should be inside a class and everything, it is explained in whiteboard video. So I have explained it in next video. So here I am just writing a program and showing you how to compile and execute it. Now first of all, save this file. So where I should save it? I should save it inside this folder, my Java. Right now if you see dir, nothing is there. So here I should save it. So go back to Notepad, say file save, or you can press Ctrl S, and here I should select that folder. So go to this PC and inside C, then inside my Java here. So here I will give the name. It's better if you give it in double quotes. So the name I am giving it as first.java, my first.java. If you observe here, I am using the same name as this class name. So whatever the class name is given, it's better to give that same name as file name. .java file extension should be .java. If I am not writing double quotes, it may take my first.java.text because I am writing it from Notepad. So that is the reason. To avoid that problem, you can write it in double quotes. If on your computer, if it is not giving any problem, then it's okay, you can continue with it. Then say save. Now let us go back to the command prompt and check the directory. Yeah, that file is present here. I have just now created. Now program is ready. I have to compile and execute it. So I will compile javac my, press tab, it will show you that file, my first.java. It is compiled. If there are no errors, then it will not show any message. If there is any error, then it will show a message. So I will show you, like here inside this println, after this println, I will remove this semicolon and I will save it, Ctrl S. Then once again I will compile it. Yes, here it is showing an error. If there are any errors, then only compiler will show the error. Otherwise, there is no message from the compiler. Go back and correct it, save and come back. Once again I will compile it. Yeah, it is compiled. Now let us see the directory. See here, now I have two files. This is my first.java file which I have written. Now this is my first.class file. So this is the file generated by the compiler. So this will contain bytecode, or this is a class file. Now what is bytecode and all, we will learn it afterwards, right? So here I will try to show you what does these files contains. Type myfirst.java. See, this is showing a program which I have written just now. Now same way I will say type myfirst.class. So it is showing something which is not readable. Yeah, this is a byte code, this is the compiled code. So this code is generated by the compiler. So when I run, this code will execute. This is not human readable. This file is human readable, right? Which I have written just now in Notepad, and this is generated by the compiler after compilation. So this is not human readable. Now let us run that file. So for running the Java program, say Java my first. Don't give .class or .java, nothing, just my first. So it must be my first, right? So that's it. Hello world is printed. So that's all. We have written our first program. I have shown you a very simple method using Notepad. Then in coming videos, I'll be using other IDEs, right? Slowly one by one, I'll show you other IDEs also. There are many IDEs which are very programmer friendly, which are very easy to use. So slowly we'll be using them. So set up this on your computer and write first Java program and execute it. So if you want, you can watch the video once again and you can follow the video step by step. So in the next video on whiteboard, I'll explain you the details of the program, the skeleton of Java program. Here I have just written the program. There I'll show you the meaning of each and everything in Java program. That's it.
In this video, let us look at skeleton of Java program. That is our first Java program. So let me explain you what are the elements of this program, what are the things that you have to write. Then I will go into details of each and everything. So let us look at the program. See, this is the program. And this program is for displaying hello world. Mostly people write hello world program as the first program to understand the skeleton of a program. So the same thing I have done here. Next thing, this program is saved as first.java. The name of the program is first.java. So whatever the editor you are using, you have to give the name. So you can give the name first.java for this first program. Then let us look at the things line by line. The very first thing is import java.lang.star. Actually, lang is a package. This is a package that is a language package. So there are some built-in packages in Java. You have to use them if you want to utilize their features present in that Java. It is just like libraries in C and C++. So you include them and use them. So here we have packages. So you have to import them and use them. So lang is a basic package and that is a mandatory package. Even if you don't import it, automatically it gets imported in our programs. So this first line is for importing a package, just like including a library. So that is optional. So it's better if you have a practice of writing that first line. Then every Java program is in the form of a class. So there is nothing outside classes in Java. Everything must be inside the class. And for writing the main function also, it must be inside a class. So here class first, and this is the starting and ending point of a class. This class name should be same as file name, right? It should be same as file name. It can be different also, but later when I explain that time, you can see how it can be different. But right now you have to follow this rule that class name should be same as the file name. Then inside this class, I have only one function, that is method, and that method name is main. So like in C++ programming, the starting point of a program is main function. So here also it is main method. Here instead of function, we call them as methods. So main method, this is main method. And it is void, return type is void. Then we also have to write public static, then void main, and also we have to write string args. I'll explain these things afterwards. Then inside this system.out.println, this is useful for printing. Whatever you want to display it on the screen, you have to use this one, and inside double quotes you write on whatever the message you want to print on the screen. So that's all. This is the program. This is the first program. Now how to compile and run? So if you are doing it from command prompt, that is one method for compiling and running the program. So from the command prompt, you have to call Java compiler. Java C means Java compiler, and you have to give the file name, this file name. So compiler will check the program. If it is error free, then it will generate byte code, and it gives a separate file called as first.class file. It gives first.class file. and that is compiled file, error-free file, and it is not machine code, it is just bytecode. Now for running the program, we have to call JVM by saying just Java. Again on the same prompt, say Java and give the file name. Don't write .class, just give the file name first and it will run the program. As you know, JVM is an interpreter. It will convert that bytecode into machine code and it will execute the program. So this is how you can compile and execute the program. Now let us go into little details of this one. See, main method. It should not return anything, so it must be always void. You cannot write int or anything there, right? In C++ you can write void or int also sometime, but here void always. Then public. What is the meaning of public? So if you want anything from the class to be accessible outside, then it must be public. If it is public, then it will be visible. You can access it. Why it should be public? Because JVM, when you say execute the program, it will call this main method. So this main method is inside the class. So JVM should be able to see that main method. So that is the reason we have to say it is public. Then next, this is over. Now why to say static? See, if you have the little idea about classes, we cannot use a class unless we have created the object. If you want to use anything from the class without creating an object, then that should be declared as static. So if it is static, then it can be directly called without creating an object of a class, just by using class name. So yes, JVM has to call main method which is present inside this class. Without creating an object, it has to call. So when we say Java first, so what JVM will do? JVM will call first main. It will call the function. First dot main. So just by using class name, it will call the function. So for making it easy for JVM, we have to write it as static. Otherwise, if you don't make it as static, JVM says I cannot find main method. It gives an error. Now, next thing, command line arguments. These are called as command line arguments. Now, this is a separate topic I have to discuss in detail, and this is actually optional whether you pass arguments or don't pass. But in Java program, whether you are taking it or not, always you must write it. So this line is always you have to write. Then coming to this line, system.out.println. Actually, println is a method. Println is a method. Just like in C language, if you have the idea of C language, printf is a function for printing anything on the screen. So println is a method for printing anything on the screen. Now, as I said in Java, nothing is outside classes and objects. So this is inside some object called as out, and that is inside a class called system. So this capital letter starting with capital letter, this is a class, and this is an object inside, and this is a method. So method means it should have the bracket. This is not having bracket, so this is an object. This is having bracket, so this is a method, and this is starting with capital, so this is a class. So if you see this, this is a class, right? String is a class. Main is having bracket, so it's a method. So here, system is a class having an object called out, and it's having a method called println. So we call this method. So always you have to type this much lengthy for printing anything on the screen. So that's all about this Java program. So I will show you the demonstration how to type this and execute it in various IDEs. I will show you this one.
In this video, I will show you the skeleton of the program, and whatever I have explained you on whiteboard, I'll give the demonstration for that. So already I have kept the program ready. This is a first Java program, and this is a class that is first and main method, and it is printing hello world. And here java.lang package is imported already. Now first of all, let us save this one. So for saving, I'll go to file and say save. And here I am saving it in my Java folder, and I have to give the name as first. Already I have explained you that the name of the program should be same as the class name. So I will say save. It is saved. Now let us go to that folder from command prompt and check whether that file is created or not. So here I am. So dir directory shows the list of files. So first.java is present there. The file name and the class name both are same, right? Now let us compile the program and run it. Compile. For compilation, say javac first.java Program is compiled. There are no errors. So next line is again a command prompt. If there are any errors, it will show the errors. Now let us run the program. Java first. It's working. Now go back to the program. Now the first thing we will check, this package is mandatory. Even if we don't import it, it will get imported, right? So it will automatically get imported. So let us check it. I will say save. I have saved it, right? So I have used the Control S command for saving it. Now go back here and now I will type and show you. Type first.java. See, import line is not there, right? Now I will say javac first.java, compiled. Now say java first. It's compiling and also it is running. So there is no problem in removing that import statement for java.lang because automatically it is included. What that java.lang is containing? Actually it is containing this class, system class. How I can use system class without importing it? So it is automatically getting imported. That's it. So this I have explained you. Let us undo and write down that import. Now next thing I have explained you that this file name and the class name should be same, right? So we kept the same name for the file. I will change this name. I will give it as second. Let us see what happens. I will save it. Now let us go to command prompt, clear the screen. I will type first.java. See, it is having the class name as second. This is the class name, right? Second is the class name. Now next I'll show you directory. So inside the directory you can see that there are two files now, first.class and first.java. If the class name is different, what happens? Let us check this. I will compile the program. First I will clear the screen and I will say javac first.java. No problem, it's getting compiled. But I show you the directory. Oh, in the directory you can find that there are three files. One is first.class that we have already created beforehand, and this is our Java program. Now a new class file is created, that is second, because I have given the class name as second. The class file will be same as the class name. Okay, is it a problem? No, it is not a problem. For running the program, I have to say Java second. It's working. So the problem is this one. See, when I compile, I have to say first.java. Okay, compiled. Then for running, I have to say second. So I have to actually give the class name. So the program name is different and the class name is different. So it's not a problem, you can run. But the idea is whatever the file name is, if the class name is also same, then it will be matching and it will be easy for using class files. So we say that whatever the class name you have given, try to use the same name as file name also. So here I have given the class name as second, so it's better file name is also second. Now let us come back and learn one more thing. Now inside this, I will write down the class name as public class second. Can we write like this? Yes, it's a common thing. We can write public means the class is public. So we'll understand what does it mean by class public. Later on we will understand. Just I am writing it here. If I write class public, then see what happens. I will save it. Then go back to command prompt, clear the screen. I will type the file and show you first.java. Yeah, here you can see a word public is there inside this file. Now I will say javac first.java. It's an error. Now you can read and understand the error. See, the very first thing that is you should be able to read and understand the errors in Java, and that's what the more important thing in practicing Java program. So you should be able to read and understand the error and remove the error. Read it. Class second is public. Yes, it is saying that class second is public. Yes, we very well know that we made the class second as public. Should be declared in a file named second.java. So you have made the class name as public. This is class as public and its name is second. Then it should be kept in a file second.java, not in first.java. So now the condition arises that whatever is the class name, the file name should be same. When this condition is compulsory, when the class is declared as public. That's it. Here it is mandatory. Otherwise, you can have a different class name or different file name, not a problem. If you write public, then it must be in the same file. So we generalize this and say that every Java program, whatever the class name, file name should be same. So that's it. I will not correct the error because already we have written this one. So I'll just make this as first and I will save. Now let us come back to command prompt and now I will say Java C first dot Java. No problem, compiled because I have changed the class name as first. Now let us experiment with this main method. See, this is the command line argument. I told you this is mandatory. If I don't write, what happens, right? So I will save it. Compile once again. Compiling, no problem. So if you don't write string arguments, it's working. Let us see Java first. Run it. Yes. Read the error now. It cannot run. It will compile, but it cannot run. Main method not found in first. Please define main method as public static void main string args. This is what the message we are getting. So Java or JVM, Java Virtual Machine, a runtime environment of Java, wants a main method in this signature only. Right? It doesn't allow any other signature or it will not recognize it as main method if the signature is different. So you must write it like this. So it's a clear message from the JVM that this type of method must be there. Unless you have this method, a class cannot run or program cannot run, though you can compile. So there is no harm in writing a different method, writing a main method without arguments, but it will not run. So I will write on this back string arg, right? So it means even if I remove public, it will not work. Static, it will not work because clearly it has mentioned here that public, static, void, main, all these things must be there. Now, lastly, I will show you one more thing. What these are arguments? What are these? So let us do one more thing. After displaying this hello world, I will also display system.out.println and I will say arg of 0. Okay. What are these command line arguments? We'll be learning them in a separate video. There is a topic available for this one. Here I'm just giving a demonstration to make you see what is the meaning of that command line arguments. Let us save it. Let us compile Java C first.java. Compile. Now run Java first. Oh, there is an error. Some error. Now we are not aware of this. We are at the beginning stage. Let us see. Read it. Exception in thread main java.lang.array index out of bound exception index 0 out of bound length for length 0. Oh, I will run it once again. Java first and here I will say bye. Let us see what happens. Oh, I am getting a message hello world then bye. So it means whatever I typed here is taken by my program and it is displaying here. See, now I am not getting any error message. So what is happening? Let us check it here. See, I have written here arg of 0. It means that whatever I typed here has gone into argument of 0 and it is printing that argument of 0. So does it mean I can add more things? Let us check. I will say, I will copy this one. I have copied this. Then I will say arg of 1 also. Let us save it. Clear the screen. Java C first.java. Compile. Clear the screen. Run Java first. Oh, again I am getting an error message because I have not written anything. I must write now because I am reading the command line argument. So here I will explain you a little bit. This is called as command line. This is called as command line. And here I am giving the argument and I am saying by then space all. So I am giving two words. So first one goes into arg of 0, arguments of 0, and second one is arguments of 1. Yes. So who is printing this one? Let us see. First is hello world, arg of 0 by, and arg of 1 is all. So whatever the arguments I have given along with the program name, that are taken as command line argument. So that's taken by a program. If at all you want your program to take command line arguments, then you can take the command line arguments and process them here. So we will see how to use them and all. That is there in the later sections. So that's all. I have given the complete demonstration of first program. I have shown you each and every element or each and everything related to the first skeleton program.
In this video, we will learn how to read data from the keyboard. So mostly the programmer who already know C and C++ programming, they want to know how to read the data from keyboard. Like in C language, scanf is used for reading the data. In C++, cin is used for reading the data. So how to read the data in Java? Let us see. See, Java provides a class called scanner that is used for reading the data from different sources. So what could be the different types of sources? We will learn that later. But here we will learn how to read it from keyboard. So keyboard is a source. So from there, how to read the data. So class is available and this class is present in util package. As I said earlier that there are built-in packages in Java and one of the packages is called util. So this class is present in util package or utility package. And this class was provided from version 5 onwards. And here I have some list of methods present in this class, scanner class. So we will look at the methods afterwards. Let us first use it. So here already I have a program ready, import java.util for using a scanner. Now how to use that scanner class? First of all, create an object. See, this is the class name, this is a constructor, and this is a reference. S is a reference now to a scanner. And to this I am assigning system.in. Like in one of the program we saw system.out is for output, that is monitor. So same way system.in is for keyboard. So this object is associated with keyboard. So that object is given to scanner. So just imagine like this, if this is the keyboard. Now scanner object is logical object, this is assigned to it. Now whatever you type in from here, it comes through this scanner object to your program. So this is like a pipe, you have assigned it to a keyboard. So scanner works as a pipe to read the data from the keyboard. So here let us write a program for just adding two numbers, a simple program. So I will take two numbers from the keyboard and then display the addition of two numbers. So for that I will declare some variables A, B, C. Then here I will first give a message that I want to take some numbers. So let us say system.out.println, enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. So this is the message, like it's a common practice, cout, enter two numbers, then cin, two numbers. So for reading, I have to use this scanner. So how to read it? See, these are the methods available. So the type of numbers that I want to read are integers. So there is a method called nextInt. So call this method, this will read a integer number from the keyboard. So make sure you are entering an integer number only from the keyboard, right? So you should give valid data. So s.nextInt will get an integer and let us store this in A. So actually this method will return that integer value. So same way I will read the next number, that is s.nextInt, read the number and take it in B. Then C assign A plus B, this will be adding two things. Then system.out.println. I am not writing the complete statement. I will write SOP, that is for system.out.println. Sum of two numbers is, sum is, now plus you have to write here if you want to concatenate anything. So this is the method for displaying. So how the output will come on the screen, sum is whatever the sum. Suppose it is 25, so you'll get a message like this. Sum is 25. Like in C++ programming, if you are coming from, mostly we use commas there. So, but here we have to use plus for concatenation. So, these are the statements which are used for reading two numbers, right? Two numbers and displaying the result. Next, we will see all these methods. So, I'll show you these methods, what these methods are. Next int will read an integer, and if you want to read float, say next float or next double. These are the common data types we use. So I have written them in the beginning. Now, if you want to read a string set of characters, like you want to read a name or you want to read any word, then the method is next. If you want to read a sentence, right, a line, then there is a method read line. So it will read multiple words. This will read just one word. This will read multiple words. Then the other methods are also available, like next, byte, short, long, boolean. These are the different data types that are supported in Java. So if you know about them, you can use them. So right now we have not discussed about these data types. Now, next thing, there are other methods also available, like before reading an integer, you want to confirm really the next value that is coming in is an integer or not. To confirm, there is a method called has next int. So it returns boolean value, that is true or false. So it will return either true or false. So whether the next value that is coming in from source is a integer or not. So if it is integer, you can read it as integer. If it is not, then you can avoid it. So before reading the data, you should confirm what type of data you are getting. So if you are interested in this, then you can use that one. There are some more methods in this class. We will learn about this class later on. Just like an introduction to make you aware how to read the data from the keyboard, I have shown it. Now I will remove these things. Then I will write on one more program just to take a name of a person and give a welcome message. So I'll remove this. Now here I will write on the statements for reading the name of a person and giving a welcome message. So for that I should read a string. So I should declare a variable of type string, and let us call the variable name as name. Now here system.out.println, right? So may I know your name? Now after giving a message, I want to read. So a name may be of more than one words. So let us use next line for reading a string. So S is an object of scanner. So from S we are reading it. So say next line. So this will read a line. And that string, let us assign it to this variable name. Then here give a message system.out.println, welcome Mr. or Miss. Then the name of a person, concatenate and give the name of a person. That's it. So this is a simple program. So this is a C++ type style of programming. So if you want to practice some C++ programs which you already have done, learn them, then you can convert them into Java and you can get used to with the Java coding a little bit. So as a practice, you can convert your C++ program, basic programs to this one. So that's all. I have shown you how to read the data from the keyboard. So this is the simplest way in Java for reading the data from the keyboard. So that's all in this video. Let us look at the demonstration for reading from the keyboard. Already I have explained you on whiteboard. So the same thing I will demonstrate and show you, and I will show you a few more details. See, already I have written the skeleton of a Java program here, and the program name is read keyboard. So I will save the program first of all. Here I will say save as read keyboard.java. So this is saved in one of my folder, that is my Java folder. Now, as I have discussed that there is a class called scanner, so I will create an object of scanner and I will call it as sc assign new scanner. So this scanner should be attached to keyboard. So there is a built-in object called system.in. This is already attached to keyboard. This is provided by Java. So system.in means it's a reference to keyboard. So now scanner will be reading from the keyboard. So here I will try to read one integer value, and let us see. I will write integer x assign. From scanner I will say next int. This will read an integer. Then same integer I will also display it on the screen. System.out.println. See, just like system.in is an object attached to keyboard, system.out is an object attached to
monitor, that is display device, and it is having a method called println which will print and move the cursor to next line. So this ln means it will move the cursor to next line. So anyway, I will display that number. That's it. Simple code I have written. This code will read a integer and display a integer. Now one thing I told you that this scanner class is available in util package. So I should import a util package. So here I should import a util package. I should write down import java.util here, but I have not written it. If I don't write, what happens? Let us check. So first of all, I will save this, saved, and let us go to command prompt. Now I will compile javac read.java. So okay. Now see the message here. Cannot find symbol. It's a common message found if you do such mistakes in Java. Compiler is saying that cannot find symbol scanner. So it means that this class is not accessible or visible to the compiler. Yes, come back to the code and here mention import java.util.star. That's it. So I have shown you what the error you will get if you don't import this one. Now save it and go back to command prompt and again say javac. You can press up arrow key, it will give you the previous command. It's compiled. I will clear the screen and I will run it. Java read keyboard. Now it is waiting for me to enter a value. I will enter a value that is 245 and it has printed 245. So it's reading an integer. So this method will read an integer. I have shown you that there is a method for reading a float number. So just you have to say float. I will save it. I will compile and run. See, everything is same. Just I made a variable of type float and here also I am reading a float. Okay. Now save and compile and run. I will compile by pressing up arrow key. Yes, I got this one. Now again I will press up arrow key. Now run this one. So it's waiting. So I will again enter a integer number only. Yes, it has taken it and it is 0.0 because it is float. I am printing a float. So 245.0. Again I will run it and I will enter a value 35.96. Yes, it is reading float also. Let us try another data type. I will take a string x and just say next. Then let us see what happens. I will compile and I will run. Hello all. I gave 2 words, but it has taken only 1 word. So already I explained you that next will just read 1 word. I will clear the screen and I will run once again and show you. Here I will type hello all of you. So it's taking only 1 word. If you wanted to read the complete line, then there is a method that is next line. So this is the method. I am making changes here. So I made it as next line. Now save, Ctrl S. Then here again compile once again, right? So up arrow key, it is compiled. Clear screen, run it. Now hello all. It's reading a complete line. I run once again. Now here I will type something. Okay, just hitting the keyboard. Yeah, it has taken everything until I press enter key. It has taken everything from the beginning till I hit enter. So complete thing is taken as a string. So this is working. So read line is also working. Now let us go back to the program. I will write one program for adding 2 numbers as I have discussed on whiteboard. So I'll quickly write on the program. Integer x and y. I have declared 2 variables. Now I will say enter 2 numbers. Okay. Println enter 2 numbers. This will give a message on the screen. It prompt the user to
enter number. So x assign sc dot next int. So this will read integer value into x, and y assign sc dot next int. This will read another integer value in y. Then I will declare one variable z. In that I will assign x plus y, so I get the result. Then I will display a result. System.out.println. Here sum is, no, z is sum. That's all. So this is the program. It is reading two numbers from the keyboard and adding them and displaying, right? So I will save it and I will run it now. Clear the screen. Same program. So compile it. It's running. So it's error free. Now run it. So enter two numbers, 10 and 40. Result is 50. I'll show you one more thing here. I will run the program once again. Enter two numbers. First number is 12.3. Oh, it's an error. See, exception in thread main java.util.input mismatch exception. So these exceptions are nothing but runtime errors, and you can see that program has stopped. It has not taken the second number and it didn't say anything, no message at all. It has just stopped. So it is causing this exception, that is input mismatch exception. So the input here expected was integer, but I have given a float value, right? So that is the reason I got an error, and it is a runtime error. So here I have given a float value, that is the error. So it has stopped with this exception. So it means you should give proper input, and what to do in case of exception, we will be learning them in the later sections. So I have shown you one more program to read a name of a person and welcome message should be displayed. So that program you do it by yourself. I will show you few more things. Now here I am using a scanner class. I would like to know what are the methods available in that scanner class. How to find out the methods of any particular class. So for that there is a command called java p. This is a utility from Java. So java p. What is the package name? Java.util. Then in that which class we want? Scanner. So say scanner. So it will show all the methods. Or if you are using some other IDE, it will prompt and show you all the methods. So it's easy there. But if you prefer working on command prompt always, then this is the best method to find out what are the methods available in a particular class. It is not easy to remember all the methods for every class unless you are using it regularly. So if you forgot anything, you can check back here by using java p command. So it is having a lot of methods. You can see next byte is there, and next short is there, and has next int is there, and the next int, the next long. So for every data type method is available, right? So next float and next double. For every data type method is available. Alright. So there is one more method in this one I will show you. Use radix is also there. Check it. Use radix. So I'll just use this method and show you. All these methods, if you want, you can learn. You can explore them. So I will use this use radix and show you. So here I will remove this everything. Okay. Now here I will take only one x, and here also I will print x. Now I kept a few things ready. Now before reading from the scanner, I will say sc.use radix, and I want radix to be 2. So it means binary number. Yes. So this is the use of this method, use radix 2. Now I will say sc.next int. I want to read an integer value, right? So next int, and I will display it. So integer will be displayed, and this display will be in decimal form, right? It is not in binary form, but I will be reading it in a binary form. It will be showing it in a decimal form. So I have set the radix like this. Now let us save it and go to command prompt. Clear the screen, compile the program, right? Now run the program. I'll give the value as 1010. This is 10. Yes, 10 is displayed. I'll run it once again. I'll give the number as 1100. So this is 12. Yes, 12 is displayed. I'll run the program once again. I'll give the number 123. Again, input mismatch exception. See, it was expecting a binary number, but there is an error here. So I got an error. So that's what. So if there is anything going wrong in Java program, it throws exception. We say this program has thrown exception and it has stopped. So it has terminated or crashed also, we say. So that's all. This is sufficient here. Know about reading from the keyboard. So you can practice this one. So after few topics, we'll be writing programs, Java programs. So after few topics, we'll be writing Java programs and I will be giving you some exercises. So practice this one, write the program by yourself.
In the previous videos, I have shown you how to develop a Java program, how to write a program and compile and execute it. Now in this video, I will show you step by step. You have to follow me and we will develop a first program, that is your first program. If you have already written the program, then you can skip this lecture. So follow me step by step and develop your first Java program. In the starting, I am showing you how to use Notepad for writing a simple Java program. Later on, we will be using an IDE for developing programs. So let us develop first program. Go to command prompt. How to go to command prompt? Press window key and R. This run box will appear. In that type command, CMD command. So command prompt will open and it will take you inside some folder. Press CD// enter. It will come back into the root folder or root of a drive. So it is in C drive. So pause the video here and follow these steps and reach till here. Now create your own folder or working directory for saving your Java programs. So I am giving the name as my Java. Make directory my Java. You can give any name you like. So hit enter and check the directory whether that folder is created or not. dir. Yes, that folder is created here. My Java folder directory is created here. This you can treat it as your working directory. Enter into my Java directory. So CD for change directory. Press tab. It will automatically take name. So hit enter. Now you can see that it has entered inside my Java folder. Press dir for looking at the directory. Nothing is there. It is an empty directory. So pause the video till here and create a directory and reach till here and then continue the video. Now open Notepad and write a Java program. So for opening Notepad, press window key and R. Run box will appear. Type Notepad here. Hit enter. It will open Notepad. Here you can start writing Java program. First of all, save it. There is nothing but save it as a file. So first of all, save it. Go to C drive and double click on my Java. You are inside my Java folder. Now give the file name. Give the name as first.java. A Java program should have .java extension. Hit enter. So it will create a file inside this folder. If you go here on the command prompt, then you can check directory 0 bytes. Nothing you have written, so it is of 0 bytes. So file name is first.java. It is a good practice to save. So I have first saved the file. Now let us type and also save the file after typing the program. You can pause the video and reach up till here. Okay, open Notepad and save the file. So if you have reached till here now, let us write a program. First thing is import java.lang.star and then semicolon. Then class name is first because we have given the program name as first. So class name is first. Inside this we have to write a method public static void main and string args and open and close bracket. Now this name args can be anything, just you can write a also, arg also, anything you can write. It's not a keyword or fixed word. You can use any name here, but don't change this string. It should be string only. Then inside this, I will write down the program for taking the name of a person and giving a welcome message. So I should take a string type of variable. I will call it as a variable name as name. Then for reading from the keyboard, I need a scanner. So I will take a variable of type scanner and I will create an object of scanner. And this scanner, I will assign it to system.in, that is a keyboard. So I have two things ready. For using a scanner, I should import java.util.star. All these things we will learn slowly. Later on you will learn, but right now just blindly write down the code. Okay? If you're not understanding anything, don't worry. The objective of this lecture is to make you write the program, first program. That's it. So whatever the important things required already have explained. Other than that, if you're getting any questions, just wait for some time. Slowly you will learn when you continue with the course. Now, inside this main method, I have to give a message, may I know your name. So for printing something on the screen, we have to use system.out.println and give a message, may I know your name. Okay. So this will give a message, may I know your name. Now next, read the name of a person from the keyboard. So for that, the method is sc.nextLine. So this will read more than one words, multiple words, and save it in a variable name assign. So name assign sc, that is scanner.nextLine. After this, we will give a welcome message on the screen. So we will print. So for printing, we will use system.out.println and give a welcome message, welcome, and whatever the name of a person. So give a space so that there is a gap in between welcome and the name of a person. Concatenate means attach the name, whatever the name you are getting from the keyboard in a name variable, that will be attached here. That's all. So this is the end of the main method and this is the end of the first class, the class first. Close this one. Now save this, just say save. Now we have to compile the program. If you have finished till here, now we will compile and execute the Java program. So first of all, for compilation, you have to install JDK and set the path. Make sure you have done it. So to confirm, you can check here Java C -version. Yes, Java version 13.2, 0.2 is available here on this machine. So check it whether you have installed and set the path of JDK or not. If not, then go to the previous videos. You have a setup video for JDK. So do that. If you have already done it, now let us compile Java program. Java C first.java. So press F and press tab. It will give you first.java. You will get the name. Hit enter. Program is compiled. There is no error in the program. Right? Program is ready. So if you check the directory, now you will find two files, that is first.java and first.class. So class is containing bytecode. We can run this program and we can run this program using JVM. So let us run the program. So for that, say Java first. Don't have to give .class or .java. Just say Java first. It will run the program. May I know your name? Name is Vijay Kumar. Welcome Vijay Kumar. That's it. So you have written your first Java program. Now similarly, in the beginning section, for the beginning topic, you have to use Notepad. So that is easy. And if you do any mistakes, then you will get the errors and you will get a chance to face the errors and you can learn how to remove the errors. Later on, when we use IDE, it is easy. You can easily remove the errors there. So I suggest you practice with Notepad in the beginning or Notepad++, anything. Okay. So compile the program at the command prompt in the beginning. As long as I am using Notepad or Notepad++, you also use it. Later on, we will move to some IDE. So that's all in this video.